Okay, we recently picked up this watch at Sam's Club. As you can see, it's a Seiko Solar men's watch. And it came on this velvet black pillow. And it seems to come right from the factory with this fuzz on it. But anyway, let's go ahead and take it off that. Alright, the first thing we notice here, or one of the first things we notice, is it has this really nice dark green dial, and has the word Seiko, brand Seiko there in gold color, as well as an hour markers and all three hands. And it is a solar watch. We'll be talking about that here in a minute. When I was looking at the reviews of this watch, one of the very few negatives that some people said is that the dial was a little bit too dark, but that's just a matter of preference. If Seiko had made it lighter, there would have been people saying negative things, saying it was too bright, I'm sure. So it's just a matter of preference. Very handsome watch. Its case here is all stainless steel. The band is calf leather, and seems to be a high quality leather band. Okay. We also notice this screw down back lid. We notice it has a sapphire crystal. Sapphire crystals are a little bit more expensive to make, I would imagine, than Seiko's mineral crystals, which is their Hardlex. We call it their Hardlex brand. And so it's only a $240 watch, and it costs much less than that if you shop around. But it's kind of an expensive crystal, sapphire. Of course, it's an artificial sapphire, but it has a hardness rating of 9.0. And many of us remember that diamonds have a hardness rating of 10.0. So it's extremely hard surface. So needless to say, it's very scratch resistant. It's a good crystal. It's not as shatter resistant as a mineral crystal, but it's much harder, so it doesn't scratch hardly at all. Another one of the very few complaints that I've read about the watch is some people felt like the crystal, the glass here, does not have enough anti-glare surface to it. And again, that's a matter of preference, and I kind of agree with that. It would be nice if it just had a little bit less glare to it, but it's fine. I like it just the way it is, but that's just one of the complaints that a few people found or said about. Overall, the ratings of the watch were absolutely excellent. I look at the ratings on Amazon as well as other places, and the ratings of this watch were excellent. We notice the second hand here. Of course, it's a second hand. Sometimes, though, it doesn't hit dead center on the markers, and that's okay with me. It doesn't bother me on a watch at this cost. But I just thought I would mention that. The date, though, the date features line up perfectly in the window. I took this with a magnifying glass, and I looked at it very carefully as I rotated the date features, and excellent job by Seiko. They line up perfectly in the window every time. Okay. Alright. The crown here is just a push-in crown. It's not screw-in. Sorry if my fingers are in the way. It's just a push-in. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a 10-bar watch, water resistance, which means 100 meters. And so it's suitable for swimming but not diving. One of the things that we notice when I'm filming this poster board that I put on is it's a little bit off white. It's not pure white, so in future videos I'll get a wider surface, and I think it'll make the videos look a little bit better. I didn't even really notice that till I compared it to this receipt. Here's where I bought the watch, at Sam's Club. And I think we all know what Sam's Club is. It's kind of it's Walmart basically. And the price of the watch is only $130. but the retail suggested retail price is $240. So that's $110 off of retail. Okay, so that's just an excellent price. When you're going to buy new watches, you want to go to places like eBay or Sam's, and you just want, or other places online, just compare prices. It can save you a fortune. If just 15 minutes of research can save you a lot of money. Here's the box that the watch came in. It's kind of a standard looking box. Nothing particularly interesting there other than the number SNE529. So if you like this watch, that's the number to look for. And of course, here's the pillow. As you would expect, it comes with these two booklets. And also, here, let me show you the price tag. Again, the reference is SNE529, suggested retail $240. And in the band here, made in China. I'm going to talk more about that later. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at something that's very interesting. Seiko Solar. No battery change required. Okay, I've talked about this in other videos. All Seiko Solar watches do have a battery. Okay, let's go ahead and prove that. This is a Seiko Solar watch. In fact, it talks more about it in here. Let's go ahead and, I'm sorry that this cloth is a little bit dirty. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up. Okay. If you do hear a few sounds in the background, I apologize. We do have a puppy and he likes to make noises, but I'm not going to put him outside right now. That wouldn't be very nice. He likes to be with the family. Okay, let's see if I can finally get this thing open. There it goes. This is plastic, so it's not going to hurt it any. Just take me a second. Okay, sorry it's taking so long. There it goes. Okay. So here's the battery. So they do literally come with these batteries. The batteries last a whole lot longer than your traditional silver ion type batteries, but they do have batteries. And if you were to replace one of these, they sell them on eBay for about $20, $21. I believe that Panasonic is the one who makes these batteries for Seiko, but I'm not sure. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, and here's another thing I'm going to point out while I'm here. Okay, the case is made in China. Alright, we'll talk more about that also here in just a moment. Alright, kind of backtracking a little bit, I talked about how this movement is this watch is a 10-bar watch. Water resistance are 100 meters. And here's our little Seiko Blue Book, which is really helpful. Let me just, and I've done this before, but I think it's interesting. In the booklet, it talks all about what these numbers mean. Water resistance, 10 bar, 15 bar, 20 bar. And I'm kind of reading this sideways, and the font's real small, so please be patient with me. If water resistant, 10 bar, water resistant 20 bar is inscribed on the case, and it's inscribed with 10 bar. On the back, your watch is designed and manufactured to withstand up to 10 bar, 15 bar, 20 bar respectively, and is suitable for wearing for taking a bath, shallow diving, but not scuba diving. We recommend that you wear a Seiko diver's watch when scuba diving. Okay, before using the water-resistant 5, 10, 15, or 20 bar watch in the water, make sure the crown is pushed in completely. That's really important. Do not operate the crown when the watch is wet in water. That makes sense. When taking a shower, with wearing a water-resistant 5-bar watch or taking a bath, the water-resistant 10, 15, 20-bar watch, make sure to observe the following. Do not operate the crown when the watch is wet. If the watch is left in warm water, a slight time loss or gain will happen. It happens with temperature. Now listen to this. Pressure in bars is a test pressure, and it should not be considered as corresponding to an actual diving depth, since swimming movement tends to increase the pressure at a given depth. Care should also be taken on diving into water. And then it goes into a temperature range, which is a separate issue. We've talked about that in a previous episode, but I think it bears repeating and it's important. This watch is 10 bar or 100 meters, but that does not mean that you can wear the watch at 100 meters underneath the surface of the water. And that can be a little bit confusing. I talked about that at length in a previous video, and you can look at that video and kind of learn more about what I'm saying. But that's a point of confusion. Just wear this watch. You can wear it in the shower or shallow swimming, just like Seiko said. Remember what Seiko was saying here in their booklet. With the crown, always make sure that's completely pushed in. And while you're in the shower or swimming, don't bother trying to. It's the worst time imaginable to try to set the time of your watch. So just don't do that. You don't want to mess up the crown. Just the slightest amount of water or moisture that gets in past this point is going to ruin your very handsome watch. Okay, I just thought it'd be nice to read straight from the Seiko booklet, and I thought that would be helpful. I hope that you enjoyed it. We have 170 other watch-related videos on YouTube. Many of them are Seikos. In fact, I even wrote notes about one. I did this video about a year ago, and it's also a current model, the SNE529. It's kind of a rectangular watch, and it's automatic, and it's also green, by the way. I have a video on that. And if you think that this watch, this color green, isn't quite bright enough, this watch, the dial's a lot brighter on this one. My wife and I are Christians and family friendly. None of our videos have any bad attitudes or bad words, so anybody at any age can enjoy our videos. Okay, I guess that's about it, and well, I hope that you have a good night. All right, bye.